Welcome to what many call the original Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, where the crowd is rocking in anticipation of the showdown we have in store. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on a team from the ACC, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. The give to the back. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
The Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Offense, quick tempo.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Perfect execution by this defense. They played pass, sat back, looked at the quarterback, took everything away, and even better, good pass rush finishes it. Now put him in a predictable 3rd and long situation.
Third and goal coming up here. He'll set up to throw. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he can see he had him. He completes it for the 1st down.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Trojan.
Hey, man, if we're going to show up here and play this game, we're not kicking field goals early. We didn't come here to just lay up. They drive the field. They get it down 4th and goal. Field goal would have been easy. Head coach decides to go for it. The offense pays off the decision with a touchdown.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Oh, he tosses it back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Didn't make it any easier on themselves on 1st down. Now 2nd and long from the 21. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that is the way you set the tone. Man, early and often. Here in the 1st quarter, getting your 1st sack. Nice job by this defense. They had 4 last week, and it's looking like today it's going to be more of the same.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30+.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, USC 7, Clemson 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Motion from the offense. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's right on target. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a 1st down. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Unloads to the wideout. Throw toward the end zone, picked off right at the goal line. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got it down the left. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Pushes toward the goal line.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Wide out in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you
lost one deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 35. This guy has the look of the next big play receiver at Clemson in the vein of T. Higgins or Mike Williams.
Or DeAndre Hopkins or Sammy Watkins. I mean, the list is pretty lengthy of guys that are big, explosive, fast, and they can really win on the outside. And Clemson, as much as anybody, they're going to catch the ball, spit it to those guys, let them go make plays.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
On second down, wants to throw it. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on third and long. The aerial assault continues. Unleashes one deep. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working. getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the ball is picked off. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quick strike complete. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Clemson now operating in the red zone. From the gun, the running back has it. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and attacking, and it really paid off.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On second down, he'll let it fly. He caught it.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. And now a chance to pull even. 1st and goal as we get late in the first half. He'll wedge it in there on the quarterback sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I feel like the defense right now is living rent-free in this QB's head. Of course, they picked him off the last drive. They almost picked him off right there. This defense doing a nice job mixing up their looks, and they're completely confusing.
All wideouts, no backs. Wide receiver shows motion. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That's caught. It's Cochran. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking to move it through the air. The sure hands. It's Cochran. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They'll immediately call timeout.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
And the Trojans with the 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He'll take a deep shot here. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. The Trojans racing to the line in a hurry-up. He wants to throw. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the... He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking to throw. Dances away from the heat. Going back to the well, another deep ball.
Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of times you roll your quarterback to the right or to the left, and in this case, the right. And you're trying to get him outside the pocket to buy him a little bit of time, get him off that spot, take some deep shots, and he missed, but it was a nice shot down the field.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Tips, deflections, those are such good things for defense. A lot of times they lead to interceptions and big plays. Just try to get any kind of disruption you can.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got it! They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Trojans will kick it away to crank up the second half. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Bringing it back. That can be a momentum changer after the interception. Runs it back to the 37.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. The Trojans want to crank the tempo. They'll run it out of the shotgun. The noise level is relentless here on second down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you got to get locked into the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators will tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on second down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. Goes to the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Run of the offense goes with a run on third and goal, thinking they can push it in there and be physical. The defense is having absolutely none of that. Nice job by the defense, committing to the run, being physical, and stuffing this offense.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that lead grows even bigger.
Clemson, 14.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a...
He lofts one down the sideline. Pulls it in on the right. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Looking to the big tight end. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his 2nd interception of the game. He has just been lights out here today.
Now this offense is back on the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Clemson. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leader.
Off to the races to the right. The 40, the 30, the 20. He's at the 10. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. And the Trojans want to pick up the tempo. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, USC. Lining up for the PAT. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. Here's the return from inside his 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Fires one high and deep. And the shot play downfield falls harmlessly to the turf, and we've played 3 quarters.
USC 31, Clemson 21.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Buys a little time. He's going to take off. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now on third down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Slade. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
Offense facing fourth down.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that fourth down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. The back goes in motion. Comes out throwing on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
It's a draw. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
It's first down from the 11. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's got it and still on his feet. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Third down play from the gun. Steps away. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Fast motion from the offense. He's looking to pass. Into the end zone he goes for the 2, and now they lead by 3 possessions. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
39, Clemson, 21.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the ball is loose on the return. Recovered by the kicking team. Touchdown, Southern Cal! The stomping has commenced.
USC, number 3.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Utah is getting smoked. This is unexpected. This is alarming. And I've been on social and already seen a couple of recruits change their minds. They're trailing by 39 to Georgia. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to...
And the ball's free in the backfield. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. 2nd down after the offense recovered its own fumble. He's looking to throw. He's taking a deep shot. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the... He wants to go deep. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked. The coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face, and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today, they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to...
And that ball is picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
He'll start this drive firing. Touchdown, Trojans! And the beatdown has ensued.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
60, Clemson, 21.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future. And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run here. And that is how we will wrap this one up. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players, more physical, they were faster, and it showed today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer and Dave Pollock, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.